Chef David Lawrence here. What we're going to be doing today is one of my particular favorites here at 1300 at my restaurant, fried chicken. And this fried chicken I actually developed just purely for this restaurant. So you're going to enjoy the flavors and one of my signature dishes. Let's go and get started. I have chicken here, and I actually have boneless chicken, as you can see. This is the breast. I use the thigh, and I use the leg. You can use bone-on chicken if you want, and just cut it into 8 pieces, thigh, leg, breast in 2, and you'll be ready to go. Marinade I've kind of developed myself, and in my marinade I have cracked black peppercorn, I have garlic powder, I have onion powder, Lawry's salt, and I have paprika. And we stir that around. And I like using buttermilk. I like using buttermilk when I marinate for, say, 3 to 4 hours. If I'm going to marinate a chicken and the day before, I don't use buttermilk as much. I think any longer than 4 or 5 hours with the buttermilk tends to cook the chicken a little bit and adds an acidic taste to it. So if I'm going to do it longer, I'll use water. But today we're going to marinate this for about 3 hours. So I'm going to use the buttermilk. And just stir it around. And the paprika gives it a nice little orange tinge to the color, as well as imparting flavor. And these are the flavors that or spices that I've used for many years. And this is final combination that I actually put together and developed for the restaurant. And I'm going to add the chicken breasts, the thighs, and the legs, and submerge them in the marinade so they're completely covered in marinade. Like I said, I'm going to cover that now and put this in the fridge, and I'm going to leave it in there at least 3 hours. Okay, so I'm just going to retrieve the chicken that's been in the fridge, been marinated for about 3 hours, and I have my batter here. So basically what we want to do is take the chicken pieces and we want to place them into the batter. And see how I use the side to get rid of excess liquid? Put it into the batter. Little thigh, little leg here inside there. And little breast. And just cover it on top. And you'll feel with the organic flour and flour in here, it's nice and light. It adds a golden color to your chicken, which when you fry it, you're going to see that color come up. And it has a very different look and flavor to normal fried chicken. Okay, so just bat off the excess between your hands like this and place on a tray. Okay, that's ready to go. So we have our chicken pieces here. I'm actually going to cut the breast into half. So we have our breast halves, we have our thighs, and we have our legs. And I use a black skillet pan, the old-fashioned black skillet pan. What I like about it is that it's indestructible unless you crack it. It gives a nice even heat to whatever you cook in there. And once you season it, it's ready to go. And you can fry in there forever as long as you treat it well. You clean it, and don't get too much water in it. Okay, so we're going to make sure I have a thermos here that will check on the temperature of the oil. You want it between about 350 and 375. You want it at that heat so that once you drop the chicken in, it stays cooking, because you want it to stay cooking above 300. If it drops below that, it starts to sweat and starts to steam, and you don't want that. You want nice, crispy fried chicken, and to get that, it has to be above 350. Okay? I use rice bran oil. I like rice bran oil as opposed to canola oil. I like the flavor it gives to my chicken, and you know, as opposed to peanut oil, that a lot of people have allergies towards peanut oil. So I try and use rice bran oil. I'm going to drop my first piece in and try and get them all in at once. Okay. We have all of them in there cooking. The best thing when you drop them in is just leave them. Don't play around with them, because once you start poking and pinching them, the batter will start to fall off, and you don't want that. You want that first temperature to hit it and to seal it and to crisp it, make it nice and crispy, and that will do that if you leave it alone. And because we have such a good temperature, it's stayed above 300, even though the chicken's gone in and it's cold, hasn't dropped below 300. So you must have it around 350, 375, and it will drop to about 300, and you can start to cook. And you can see how the foam and everything that was there is kind of evaporated, and it's starting to fry. Okay, can you see it's just covering the chicken? So you want to have a little bit of chicken exposed. I'm going to turn them over now. Oh, nice color there. The color of the organic cornmeal starts to come through, and gives a nice kind of golden color to your fried chicken. And it gives a great flavor. And as you can see, the outside start to brown. Turn them over gently. I have these fried chickens on at my restaurant that I cook at, and I have stated right on the bottom of the menu, allow 25 minutes for fried chicken. And we do that because all our fried chicken is cooked to order using this process. And trust me, it's well worth the wait. Okay, so this chicken's coming up really nice and golden brown, ready to come out. I have a little tray here with a rack on it, so I just place it on here, so any oil that's left over from the outside will just drain off. There we go, as we place them. As you can see, they're all nicely fried up. Nice golden color to them. These are all nice and crispy, ready to be plated up. What I like to serve with my fried chicken is traditional items. I made some mashed potatoes, made some nice creamy mashed potatoes, and put a little spoon of that in the middle. Nice and creamy. Made a little bit of chicken gravy. Pour over. Let's arrange our chicken. A little bit of thigh, some breast, and a leg. Okay. I've also made some chive biscuits. They're beautiful little biscuits. They have chives in it, nice and buttery. I'll place them at either end. And then I like to finish it off with a little bit of picked herbs. I have a little bit of parsley. I put on there. A bit of chervil, throw in some water, so I just fry it off a little bit and pick it. It's color as well as flavor. And then And I'll just finish off with a bit of thyme. Only has color, but adds flavor and aroma to it. Isn't that beautiful? And here we have our fried chicken. Chef David Lawrence here. It's been fun cooking with you today. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have.